Hello everybody, it's 911 PW911 here with a new series. This is Mountain Blade Warband, and, well, let's see if you like it. I'm going to apologize now, I do have kind of a cough thing, so if I do cough, sorry, it's not contagious through the computer. Okay, let's start a new game. Okay. Welcome, adventurer, to Mountain Blade Warband. Before beginning the game, you must create your character. Remember that in the traditional medieval society depicted in the game, war and politics are usually dominated by male members of the nobility. That does not, however, mean that you should not choose to play a female character. Yes, it does. Or one who is not of noble birth. Male nobles may have a somewhat easier start, but women and commoners can attain all of the same goals. In fact, may have a much more interesting, if more challenging, early game. So I'm going to be a male. Okay, so you were born years ago in a land far away. Your father was Darth Vader. As Darth Vader's vet noble or warrior. As a child, your family scrabbled out a meager living from your father's wages as a guardsman to the local lord. It was not an easy existence, and you were too poor to get much of an education. You learned mainly how to defend yourself on the streets, with or without a weapon in hand. You start to learn about the world almost as soon as you can walk and talk. You spend your early life as... I'm trying to think. I'll say a stepchild, because I'll go off of Luke Skywalker, because it is from a galaxy or land far away, a long time ago. As a boy growing out of childhood, you rode the great steeps on a horse of your own, learning the ways of the grass and the desert. Although you sometimes went hungry, you became a skillful hunter and pathfinder in this trackless country. Your body, too, started to harden with muscles as you grew into life of a nomad man. Okay, so it's not a stepchild, it's a steeps child. I had my own horse. Then as a young adult, life changed as it always does. You became I'll become a squire. Through the distinction felt sudden to you, somewhere along the way you had to become a man. The whole world seemed to change around you. When you were named squire to a noble at court, you practiced long hours with weapons, learning how to deal out hard knocks and how to take them too. You were instructed in your obligations to your lord and of your duties to those who might one day be your vassals. But in addition to learning the chivalric ideal, you also learned about the less uplifting side. Old warrior stories of ruthless power, politics, of betrayal and usurpations, of men who used skill as well as valor to achieve their arms. Sorry, I'm butchering a lot of these words. But soon everything changed, and you decided to strike out on your own adventure. What made you take this decision was... just wanderlust. I was a steep child. Only you know exactly what caused you to give up your old life and become an adventurer. You're not even sure when your home became a prison, when the familiar became mundane. But your dreams of wandering have taken over your life, whether you yearn for some faraway place or merely for the open road and the freedom to travel. You could no longer bear to stay in the same place. You simply went and never looked back. Become an adventurer and ride to your destiny. Okay, let's do it realistic. Yeah, we'll do it realistic. That way I can't cheat. Sorry guys, no cheating. Now enter your name. Oh, I know how to do all this. I should have turned it off. So I will be 911 PW911 Mick Awesome. No. Okay, LB911, PW911, sword in hand. That sounds good. Okay, level 1, 46 out of 46 health, experience 127, next level at 600 experience. Alright, so I have lots of agility. Let's level those up a bit. And intelligence. Alright, so let me just go through. This is your player. Usually there would be a player right here, but because I haven't made him yet. So strength is, of course, strength. Agility is speed. You know, strength is like hurting and hitting and taking hits. Intelligence helps you with things like, let me see, like surgery, first aid, engineering, persuasion, wound treatment, management, pathfinding, spotting, and inventory management. So, and then charisma helps you get more people in your party. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. I actually don't like how my intelligence is so low, but I will have to deal. So I always like to get 2 prisoner management, just so I can take prisoners and get lots of money right away. So usually all these, most of these are kind of obvious what they are. Iron Flesh just increases my health. Pyre Strike is for hitting with swords and melee. Throwing is throwing stuff like rocks or knives or javelins. Power Draw is for bows. Weapon Master is easier to learn proficiencies over here, which just makes them better. Shield is, of course, helps your shield. Athletics helps you go faster. Riding, of course, horses, horse archery, obviously. Looting increases how much stuff you get at the end of a battle by 10% per 2 levels? No, per skill level. Trainer helps you train your guys as you just walk around. They slowly get experience. Tracking, I want some tracking. Tracking, it makes it makes like a little path when you're walking to tell you where people went and stuff. Tactics does 2 things. One, at the beginning of a battle, you have like advantage, either negative or positive. It'll either help you or hurt you during the battle. And so every 2 levels it increases by 1. And if you have to retreat, if you have higher tactics, you don't have to leave as many people behind to cover your retreat. Which is good, but I'm not sure if I want it. Pathfinding increases your speed on the map. Spotting increases how far you see on the map, like so people don't sneak up on you. Inventory management helps you, it gives you 6 more slots in your inventory to hold things. And then wound treatment, surgery, and first aid all are healing things. Engineering is to build siege towers to attack castles. Persuasion is to get people to do what you want them. Prison management is so you can have more prisoners. I believe every level you get 5 more prisoners you can hold. Leadership decreases the wages of your troops and increases the maximum number of troops you can have by 5 per level, which is, I have good leadership. And then trade reduces your trade penalty. So, like, I want to give you a sword, and you say, hey, it's used. Nobody cares, because you're a good trader. So, looks like pole arms is really high, so I think I have a pole arm. Excuse me for a sec. 1 hand, 2 hand. What should I increase? We'll do 1 hand a bit. Archery, tiny bit more, and then the rest in one-handed. I do like one-handed and bows, but sometimes it's not always possible to get a bow. A lot of times you start with a crossbow, and crossbows are better, but they take longer to reload. So, yeah. Alright, so now we're gonna make a guy. Changes what he looks like a bit. Looks good. Decrease the age. And you really don't want to mess with these over here because you can really make them messed up really fast. You just like messing with those like I just did. I'll just change this skin a little bit. Alright, that'll work. Darker hair coloring. Blue. We'll go with like a dark brown. Oh, look at that. Look at those mustaches. Let's give him... Oh, perfect. That mustache with... Oh, nice flowing hair. Yeah. Okay, so that is, we'll just call him PW. So you hear about Calradia. That's where the land you're at. A land torn between rival kingdoms, battling each other for supremacy. A haven for knights and mercenaries, cutthroats and adventurers, all willing to risk their lives in pursuit of fortune, power, or glory. In this land, which holds great dangers and even great opportunities, you believe you may leave your past behind you and start a new life. You feel that finally you hold the key of your destiny in your hands, free to choose as you will, and that whatever course you take, great adventures will await you. Drawn by the stories you hear about Calradia and its kingdoms, you cough. Well, I have played a little bit, so I know they have Kanate, have good horsemen. This starts you in a desert. I like the Nords, just because Nords are awesome, I think. So I'm thinking Nords, maybe? No, that's snow. It's desert. It's kind of in the middle of everything, which isn't the best. Well, I do want to be... We'll just do the first one. Swadia. You came by caravan through the heartland of Calradia. Green shoots of wheat, barley, and oats are beginning to push through the dark soil of the rolling hills and on the lower slopes of the snow-capped mountains. Herds of cattle and sheep are grazing on the spring grass. Occasionally, too, you catch sight of one of the great war horses that are pride of the Swadian nobility. The land here is rich, but also troubled, as the occasional burnt-out farm bears witness. You keep a wide berth of the forest where desperate men have taken refuge, and it is some relief when you crest a ridge and catch sight of the great port of Pravin, its rooftops made golden by the last rays of the setting sun. You are exhausted by the time you find the inn in Pravin and fall asleep quickly. However, you wake before dawn and are eager to explore your surroundings. You venture out onto the streets, which are still deserted. All of a sudden, you hear a sound that stands the hairs of your back. You hear a sound that stands the hairs of your neck on end. Wow, I cannot read. The rasp of a blade sliding from its scabbard. Ooh. Okay, so let's look at what I got after it just takes a sec to load. So I have bow and shield. So I should have to fight somebody here soon. Why is it not switching weapons? Okay, so he's gonna pop out, isn't he? Oh, there he is. I hope. Oh shoot, I put my... Oh, he broke it. He broke my shield in like the first swing. 22 damage, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Alright, so I'm going to cut the video off here when the merchant talks to me. So, like, subscribe. If you like it, like it. If you don't, then don't. So, we'll rejoin here. Thanks for watching.